Hey guys, this is Kelsey here at Premier Group Insurance, and today we want to bring something super special to you guys. We have partnered up with Safeco to do a specialty sponsorship of this video, and we're going to actually go over a couple of things. We're going to talk about how to create a custom welcome packet with Safeco for your agency, so when you guys bind policies, you guys can actually send this out via Easy Links, and it will actually go out automatically. So we're going to walk through a little bit on how to use some of these programs. We're also going to teach you guys how to create a welcome packet inside of Easy Links for your customers and connect that to Easy Links' new automation system that's just launched. What we're going to focus on today is actually going to be Customers for Life, and we're going to kind of take the Customers for Life program and turn it into this automated system for you guys when we have new clients that come on board. So you'll see here there's this new client welcome kit under retention and loyalty. You're going to go ahead and click on that. At this point, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click Get Started. What this will do is it'll actually help introduce your agency to your clients. It'll help by establishing long relationships. It will also give your client key information to what carriers you have accessibility to, a little bit more about what you do on a personal day-to-day basis, and it really helps grow brand recognition and build that initial relationship. So you're going to go ahead and click on Get Started. Once you click on Get Started, it's going to pull up all of these documents. So you can either download these via Word or you can edit them within this system. So you'll see that there's a $0 price for all of these, so any of these are free for you to use. So there is a automated new client welcome tool. This is basically one that's pre-made for you. We also have a new client welcome kit instructions on how to actually edit this. And then on top of that we have the new client welcome kit in Publisher, or you can do in Word. So we're going to go ahead and start in Word, and we're going to go ahead and select page 1. Once it pops up this, you're going to go ahead and hit that download option, and it's going to go ahead and download it for you. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to pull up page 3. Go ahead and select and download. I'm also going to do the rest of the pages as well. And then what you'll do is we're going to go ahead and just open these up into Word for you guys. Just bear with me while I get these all pulled up for you. So as you can see, this is almost 8 pages long, so we're going to go ahead and get all of these downloaded. Alright. Okay, so now that we have all of our documents, I'm going to go ahead and start on the first one. So let's see here. So here's the actual beginning of this welcome packet. So the cool thing about Safeco is that they provide us with all of this awesome content, which really helps us and saves us a lot of time. I am going to be providing some other examples that some of our other agents have made for us. But basically at this point, now you can completely customize kind of to your agency. So you can go ahead and delete and drag in other options. If you're using Word, you can go ahead and picture format this so it comes in front of the text. It's called text wrapping. When you pull it in front of the text, it'll make it so that you have the accessibility to crop and edit where you'd like it to be. And then really at that point, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to edit to your brand. So we're going to go ahead and use Premiere as an example today. So we are excited to have you a part of the Premier Group Insurance family. We take great pride in our agency, community, and clients. As a independent agent, we offer choice, provide high level of service, and are local to your community. But what else does that really mean? Can't other agents say the same thing? Here's how we are different. And then it goes into more detail. So just make sure that you want to make sure that there's any other edits you want to make specifically for like carriers specifically. So just make sure you're reading through this and do all the appropriate edits. Alright, so now that we have the text edited, we have all these pictures down here. So we can actually replace these pictures really easily. Just by right-clicking on this, you should have picture options. So we're actually going to go on Change Picture. Once we click on Change Picture, then it's going to bring up your actual desktop itself. So I'm going to go into my Images tab, and let's see if I have, and I have a couple options. So here's maybe a state map of states that we represent. We can go ahead and clip that in. Maybe we want to change this one and put in a picture of our family or maybe ourselves as an individual. So we'll go ahead and add in a picture of one of our agents. Then maybe you want to do another picture, and maybe this is a picture of your agency, or it could be another picture of maybe your family, depending on how you want this to look, or maybe you have another agent in the office that you work with directly. You can also upload that here. So we're actually going to put in the top 100 because here at Premier we really value that. So that's how easy it is to add this in. Now this is someone's signature that they've actually taken a picture and signed it. You don't necessarily have to do that. You can if you want. If you need help with me showing you how to build out an email signature, you can actually do a couple of things. So first and foremost, if you go ahead and pull up a new web page document, you can go to dafont.com. Okay, this is a really great opportunity to find cool new fonts that you can download for your computer, especially for marketing specifically. So I'm actually going to use my other website right here. We'll get rid of this one. Alright, so this is what DaFont looks like. So they actually have all these signature tabs. You can actually find any type of font that you want in here. You can search for one. You can go up to the basics. They have sans serif. They have all the different types of fonts that you can specifically use. If you ever want to download, you literally just click this download button and it will automatically upload onto your computer. So we're going to type in here script, right? Because we want to make something that looks somewhat like a signature. It's going to load all of these options down here. Another way you can do this, you can actually go back into here and then you can find decorative if you'd like. It's a good one. This will give you a whole bunch of options. There's also, let's see here, calligraphy. It's a good one. They have a whole script tab that you can choose from too. So now at the top, you just want to go ahead and type your name in, Kelsey Oglesby, and hit enter or go. Now it's going to pull up all of these awesome fonts for me. So I really like this third one in, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, go large, and then I'm going to hit submit. Now you'll see I have this awesome big one. So you can either do a print screen or you can just take a screenshot using your snippet tool and take an image of the actual font itself. So if I go back into my Word document, I now can replace this by, again, right-click, change picture, and then find that original screenshot that I took. So now, there you go, Kelsey Oglesby. At that point, you would just probably want to change your name, and then maybe want to change something, maybe a little bit blurb about you. Trusted advisor, maybe partnering with Premier Group insurance, right? And we can also give ourselves a little bit more room if we need to. So now you have the first page of your welcome packet. So if I zoom out a little bit more, you'll see here's kind of an example of what one would look like. Super easy to put together. Now there's a ton of other pages too. I'm not going to go in too much on editing, but because it's pretty much the same through the rest of these pages. But you'll notice here's the next one. This is a little bit about your agency. So you may want to crop in a new picture here, maybe put an address here, maybe put a map here. You also can read through this and make sure that everything is kind of geared towards your agency specifically, but this is going to be the About Us page. Again, you can edit all of this stuff, just know even though it looks like it's not editable, all you have to do is click on it and you should be able to edit at that point. And just like that. And then again, logo, you can either do the right click and change photo and then drag in your official logo, or you can actually just change it specifically on here. So once we go into the About Our Agency, there's also a team page or staff page. So this would be something, whether you have one producer or two producers, you will definitely want to come in here and add a little bit bio about yourself. Your welcome packet should really represent your website in some way. So it should highlight carriers, it should highlight testimonies, it should have an About Us section, it should highlight your team, anything that we can do to make your clients feel more at ease and more trusted in regards to making a decision with your agency. And then let's see what else we got. I don't think I pulled the other ones. So we have, let's see, welcome, staff bios, agencies, here's the claim page, and then we also have a referral page. There's 3 other pages I didn't pull, but just know there's a community page as well, and there's also an optional kind of like editable page that's kind of blank. So this one's all going to be about claims. So in here, what do you do with a claim? How do you protect your property? Maybe at the bottom down here, you have all the carrier logos that you represent specifically. You will notice that none of these documents have Safeco branding on them. That's because they've made this for you guys. It's at your disposal. So if you guys don't have a welcome packet yet, please get onto Safeco's website and get this. If you aren't writing with Safeco, please let me know. I'll download this document for you and I'll send it to you if you guys need it. So this is kind of an example of how you would piece these all together. Now, we have, like I said, 8 different documents here. And this is a really good starting point for building a welcome packet for your agency. Once we kind of have this done, then it'll really segment into how to get this onto EasyLinks, which is what I'm going to go into next. But the first step of this is going to be obviously to log into EasyLinks. If you haven't used the email campaigns before, it's actually going to be under this communication center right here. You're going to go in and go ahead and build a new campaign. In order to build a campaign, you have to have a list run. And what I mean by that is you have to actually pull a list, whether it's a test user or pull a list of your clients that you want to send this to in the beginning, so that way it kind of knows where to go, what direction to go after this. So I already have a test one pulled, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that. We're going to call this Safeco welcome example, and then you're going to go ahead and hit this next button right over here. So this is the actual builder itself. So a couple things internal in here. So we can actually create design. We can select design specifically that they've already built out. So if you're interested in doing maybe more like cross-sell, resell, that's in here. And I do have a whole nother video on EasyLinks campaigning and EasyLinks campaigning advanced that we've touched on a little bit more. But there's a lot of stuff in here that you guys can use. So we're actually going to start from scratch with this one. So the subject line is going to be maybe welcome to our agency, and it's going to come from our email address specifically. They also have templates in here that I've already built out that you can use, and you can select content itself. So you can, let's say you want to send out something for the hurricane that just happened, or you want to send out some tips and trips for your clients, or you want to send out more of a newsletter, that's also going to be built out in here too. So You can preview these, we'll do one, so here's a preview, and it's just literally the pre-written content for you. But we're not actually going to do that today. So you can handle this two different ways. The first way I'm going to show you is going to be more of a graphical level. The second way I'm going to show you is the basic level. So we have our first page of our welcome packet here, right? And let's see here. We're going to go ahead and take this as our first step now. Hold on, let me pull up the other one that we did. Okay, so I didn't save the one we edit, but we're just going to go ahead and use this. You can see it says sample in the background. In order to get rid of that, you can actually pull up this. You should be able to convert it to PDF, and it should get rid of it. You can do save as Word document. We're actually going to change this to PDF, and we're going to put this on my desktop, and we're just going to do Safeco welcome. Okay. Now, you can start by doing one of two things. You can save this text and convert it into this email signature, or into this email campaign, right? So here is the same text that was just in there. You could also put a graphic on the top, maybe like a logo or something in regards to that. Let's see here. So we can browse for logos that we have already. So for example, we'll just go ahead in this one and hit next. And we're going to center this and hit OK. So we have a welcome to Premiere right here, okay? So that's our header. And then there's the text itself. Or we can do this a completely different way. We can actually take this document that we have. We made a PDF of it. And we can actually just use our snippet tool again and take a snippet of the document itself. Once we go ahead and take a picture of that document, we're going to go ahead and go back into EasyLinks. We're going to go back into the photo tool, and we're going to add a new image, okay? And let's see here. We're going to choose from my computer, choose the option that's available, find that screenshot, and upload it as an image. Next, we're going to name this welcome, Safeco welcome. And then you want to just drag and drop the whole area of this image to make sure we get the whole thing, and then hit next. Once you hit save, now we're going to go ahead and center it, and we're going to hit OK. Okay. So now you guys will notice that we have the whole packet actually internal in this email campaign. So we can make it as big as we need to. Now, that's step one, right? We have multiple steps in this email campaign. So if you wanted to send this all at once, you totally could. You could keep adding images down below. Now you can see here there's a body and an image tab, so you can switch between the two. You can also do HTML coding if you want to add some additional things internal in here. That's a little bit more advanced, but I do recommend adding something if you'd like. Then on top of that, we can go ahead and add a personalization tag. So personalization will be the first and last name of the recipient or the client itself. So we can say, hey there, semicolon, and then the tag will enter. So we're going to insert, and then we're also going to add, we'll put this one, say welcome. You can go ahead and edit your font by going into the font styles, choosing which one you want to use. I'm going to go ahead and center this. We're also going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Now the next step is probably going to be either you have the welcome, maybe a referral email, maybe a claims email, or maybe one of the other options that we had available. So we had 4 or 5 other options that you could start with. Once they get this first initial email, it's going to come right away. And I'll show you what happens once the download comes in from Automation Center. Then we're going to say we're going to wait 5 days for this next one to go out. And we're going to call this claims. Claims information. Okay. Then at the same time, you're going to end up doing the same thing, but we're going to take a screenshot of a completely different document, right? So that's the referral one. Here's the claims one. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to do this the easy way. Take a screenshot of this, what to do if you have a claim. Take your snippet tool, go ahead and drag that out. And then again, we can say, make this a little bigger, and we'll center this out. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and enter, and we're going to go back to our images, choose the file that we want, and again I took that other screenshot down here, open that up, next, we're going to call this one Safeco Claims. We're going to go ahead and drag this one out again, and then hit next and save. Then again, we're going to center this out for you. We'll go ahead and enter it for you. So now we have a whole nother claims email that's in here. Oops. So now what we can do is we can just keep adding our steps. So this one might be referral, right? And then the next one might be about community. And then the next one could be about maybe it's not even associated to the Safeco welcome packet. Maybe it's a follow us on social media. Then maybe the next one is about our agency, about us and our team. So you can kind of see where I'm going with all this. Now, I don't recommend doing it one day after another. I recommend spacing it out. So maybe we want this 10 days later. Maybe we want this 20 days later. Maybe we want this 40 days later. Maybe we want this 80 days later. Now, you can build out as many steps as you want. I've seen agents with 20 steps to 150 steps. The reason being is we're kind of building a life cycle for our clients. So if you think about a 150 step process, that might be over a 5-year span. So just know that you can really make this dedicated to however you want. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another example that I've mentioned in an earlier webinar before. So I've actually built out a template for you guys. It's called Welcome Campaign right here. You can go, anyone that has EasyLinks user can go and edit and make their own one. So I made this custom to PGI. We did a welcome to the family, follow us on social media. We think you're great. It's really big to get Google reviews. So if the client actually clicks on this email, it'll take them straight to our Google review page. Follow us on social media. And then of course, referral. So share the love, refer a friend, get $20. So there's many ways that you can take this, and I will attach after this video some other examples that agents have done, but I really want to get into the actual automation portion of this. So Automation Center is a new feature that's just launched. If you don't have it, please contact myself or Brianda and we'll get it turned on for you. You go up to the setting gear and then go to Automation Center. Now, it's a little limited right now. If you guys are using Sales and Retention Center, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. If you're not, they're still building out ways to make Automation Center work, and hopefully text message will be something in the future that they're coming from. But for right now, I'm going to show you the most basic and easiest one because a lot of people aren't sending out a welcome campaign. And I can promise you that it will guarantee to help retain your customers. And if I can show you this way so that you never have to send out the campaign except for building it, then it's basically a no-brainer on doing this. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come over here to New Workflow from Template. Okay, these are things that you can do. So you can trigger additional policy information, lost customer. You can trigger a thank you email to go out when the e-signature is completed. You can do a manual workflow. We're still kind of trying to figure out how this concept will work. New customer, this is the one that we're going to use. Policy cancellation, let's say a download comes in and it's a cancellation on a policy. You could actually create a email campaign that retargets that customer for a resell. policy change, so you can send out an email that says like, we notice your policy changes have come through. And then again, Sales Center, there's a whole bunch of stuff internal in there. So we'll go ahead and click on the new customer. So when you guys quote in EasyLinks, you're going to run your quote, you're going to choose the carrier that is most competitive and works best for your client. And then at that point, you're going to wait 24 hours or so for the download to match to the policy. It's very important that you enter your stuff into EasyLinks. Very, very important. Especially because when these download comes in and there's no policy there, it just kind of gets lost in this unmatched folder. So once the download hits the policy is when this automation will start. You don't have to do anything. You won't see anything on the back end. All you will see is that they have been assigned this new welcome campaign. You're going to go ahead and do either create a note or task or send an email. So we're actually going to do the send an email option, and we're going to choose the template. So in here we would probably use that Safeco welcome one if I saved it, or in this instance we're going to just choose the welcome campaign. You can preview the campaign itself, when the steps go out and how many days it's spaced out, and then you'll just go ahead and hit name this workflow. Okay, and we can name it. Now we can go back. We can also create another action to create a note or task that says email campaign was sent. And then maybe you tag a producer to make sure, or maybe you tag whoever it may be. And we can just say, please see note. Okay, so now it's also sending you a reminder. It's also sending the email. You can assign users, you can create labels, and you can actually add a reminder just to make sure if this is a different scenario, but those are the things that you can do. So we'll go ahead and name this workflow. We're going to name it welcome test. And then agencies, so we can assign this to whatever agency we want it to. So if you guys have multiple locations, you might see both of those locations here. So we're just going to do Premier Group Insurance, okay? And we're going to enable this workflow to turn it on. And then we're going to hit finish. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to Brianda or myself. We can always walk through a lot of this with you. And thanks again for joining me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and look to work with you guys soon. Thanks.